Welcome to this video on the moon landing. On July 20, 1969, NASA's Apollo 11 mission made history by landing the first humans on the moon. The landing was a remarkable feat of human achievement and technological advancement. In this video, we will explore the journey of the Apollo 11 mission and the experiments conducted by the astronauts. Let's dive in. The Apollo 11 mission was launched on July 16, 1969 from the Kennedy Space Center in Florida. The spacecraft consisted of a command module called Columbia, a lunar module called Eagle, and a Saturn V rocket that provided the necessary thrust to escape the Earth's gravitational pull. The journey to the moon took 4 days, during which the astronauts prepared for the landing and conducted experiments. The launch of the Apollo 11 mission was a significant moment in human history. Millions of people watched the live broadcast of the launch, and the mission captivated the world's attention. The Saturn V rocket used to launch the spacecraft was the largest and most powerful rocket ever built, capable of producing a thrust of 7.5 million pounds. The spacecraft traveled at a speed of around 24,500 miles per hour to escape the Earth's gravitational pull and enter the orbit around the moon. During the journey, the astronauts had to prepare for the landing and conduct experiments. They practiced landing simulations and tested the equipment to ensure that everything was in working order. The astronauts also conducted experiments to study the radiation levels in space and the effects of weightlessness on the human body. On July 20, 1969, the lunar module Eagle separated from the command module Columbia and began its descent towards the moon's surface. The landing was a tense moment as the astronauts had to navigate the spacecraft through a rocky and uneven terrain. Finally, at 2017 UT, the lunar module touched down on the moon's surface, and Neil Armstrong uttered the famous words,
"It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind."
The landing on the moon was a remarkable achievement that demonstrated the power of human ingenuity and technology. The lunar module had to navigate through a hostile environment with no atmosphere and a rocky and uneven surface. The landing was also a critical moment for the mission's success, as the astronauts had to ensure that the spacecraft was stable and secure before they could explore the moon's surface. Once the lunar module touched down on the moon's surface, the astronauts conducted several activities. They deployed the American flag, collected rock and soil samples, and took photographs of the lunar surface. The landing and exploration of the moon's surface provided valuable insights into the moon's geology and helped scientists understand the history of the solar system. The moon's environment is hostile to human life. The lack of atmosphere means that there is no protection from solar radiation and meteorite impacts. The temperature on the moon can vary from 173 degrees to 127 degrees depending on the location and time of day. The lunar environment presented several challenges for the astronauts, who had to wear specialized suits and equipment to survive. The spacesuits were designed to provide protection from the extreme temperatures and the lack of atmosphere. During their time on the moon, the astronauts conducted several experiments and collected rock and soil samples. These experiments and samples provided valuable insights into the moon's geology and history. The astronauts used several instruments to study the moon's surface, including a seismometer to measure moonquakes and a laser-ranging device to measure the distance between the Earth and the moon. The rock and soil samples collected by the astronauts were analyzed by scientists on Earth. The samples provided valuable insights into the moon's geology and the history of the solar system. For example, the samples showed that the moon was formed from debris left over after a Mars-sized object collided with the Earth about 4.5 billion years ago. After spending more than 21 hours on the moon's surface, the astronauts returned to the lunar module and lifted off from the moon. The ascent stage of the lunar module docked with the command module, and the astronauts transferred back to the command module. The journey back to Earth was not without its challenges. The spacecraft had to re-enter the Earth's atmosphere at a speed of around 24,500 miles per hour, which generated temperatures of up to 5,000 degrees. The heat shield on the spacecraft had to withstand these temperatures to protect the astronauts. Finally, on July 24, 1969, the spacecraft splashed down in the Pacific Ocean, and the astronauts were recovered by a U.S. Navy ship. The successful return of the astronauts marked the end of the Apollo 11 mission and the beginning of a new era in space exploration. The moon landing was a significant moment in human history, and its legacy continues to inspire and impact us today. The moon landing demonstrated the power of human ingenuity and technology and inspired a generation of scientists and engineers. As we look to the future of space exploration, the moon landing serves as a reminder of what can be achieved when we come together to pursue a common goal. We have already achieved so much in space, but there is still so much more to discover and explore. The moon landing was just the beginning, and we can't wait to see what the future holds. Thank you for watching this video, and we hope you enjoyed learning about the incredible story of the moon landing.